back again for a great. It's great to be alive. It's great to be here.
Everything's fun, right?
Life is fun. Football's fun. Everything's fun. Brought to you by FanDuel on this beautiful Sunday night. I'm not sure how long we're going to be here tonight. If we didn't have sponsor obligations, this show would not be 100% happening. Just coming from the main host here, which my personal thoughts, there would have been a conversation between me and the boys like, hey, should we just give ourselves the night
Just
off?
nail it in.
Should we just give ourselves the night off? But we do have some great sponsors. We'll get to them later. And I thought that Grant was going to have to get on this show after experiencing a double heartbreak in this weekend because the Chiefs-Broncos game that just finished up, which I actually might have been the first full quarter plus of football that I've watched all year in the NFL.
Sure.
It was on at the restaurant that I was at with my family and in-laws. With just generational racial profiling going on every game against Riley Moss.
Yeah, not great. He, like I said a couple weeks ago, if he just looks at any receiver, especially on the Kansas City Chiefs, they will call PI on him.
And they did.
They will not hesitate. And they did multiple times. But hey, it's not enough to stop the new king of the AFC West, Mr. Bo Nix himself. We're believing here, now, and always. I sit here on I'll have Victory Monday in somewhat, but I'll be honest. I love my Broncos, but I love Iowa football more, and the stinging pain of this weekend still rings through today, despite Bo Nix's achievements. So
9-2 Broncos?
9-2, 8 straight wins.
How about it, huh?
How about it? You guys think Brad Heinrichs saw the game today? Brad, did you see the game?
Your personal vendetta against Brad.
I just want to know.
And I do want to say, for those on the patreon.com/washup-walk-ons, which may be more relevant than ever, by the way, as we currently, at the time of recording this, the time of you watching this, and probably the time of you listening to this, the holiday merch store for the walk-ons is live. And with a Patreon subscription, I know it feels like I'm selling it, but this is the one time of year where if you're going to buy a single item from the walk-ons, the cup of coffee it costs to subscribe to our Patreon will get you a discount code that then pays for that subscription. It cancels it out. You get a free month and you end up getting, that piece of merchandise or pieces of merchandise for the same price you would have or less than you would without the subscription. So check out patreon.com. I'll throw that barcode up on the side. They're doing well. And on the Patreon, me and Grant have talked about, we talked about the early part of the schedule, and then there was a chance they could make a little run. This is not a Broncos podcast, but maybe it should be tonight.
I mean, I think you could say it's not a Broncos podcast, sure, but I've been making it a Broncos podcast, whether the people like it or not. It's happening. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. But no, it's been a fun season. I think also too, there's a lot of haters, a lot of doubters out there. Despite our record, said we couldn't do it. Only losses are by a field goal, both times last second field goals. But hey, now beat the Chiefs too. The haters are quiet. The haters, to which there are many, are very quiet.
Chiefs on the outside looking in. They're, as of right now,
the Chiefs this week were also the Super Bowl favorites still, which I don't.
That can't be right.
That was 100% true.
I saw Patrick Mahomes.
I saw FanDuel rep in on that because that's just.
That's a great little alternative way to look at some FanDuel odds tonight. Let's check.
They might not let you look at future odds right now just because there's a game going on. But
I am looking at it right now, and this must have been updated because the Eagles are now the favorites at plus 550.
That would
Kansas City Chiefs have dropped down to 10-1.
I saw some outrageous stuff about Pat Mahomes still being like top 3 in the MVP voting.
He's probably going to be one of those guys that, as long as he's playing, just his name is going to carry enough weight with the voters that he's always going to be in consideration.
I agree with that.
Currently, right now on FanDuel, AP NFL regular season MVP of the 25-26 season
Drake
Your
May.
odds are Matthew Stafford, Drake May,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen. Is Drake May playing that well?
Drake
Patriot?
May's playing really well.
Yeah.
Josh Allen in third,
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor in fourth, and Patrick Mahomes in fifth. The odds on that would be Stafford plus 170, May plus 200, Josh Allen plus 500, plus 650 for Jonathan Taylor, and then it jumps big time to Patrick Mahomes at plus 1,500. That's what I'm seeing on the Blue Sportsbook, FanDuel, America's favorite. Yeah, I didn't know Drake. I knew Drake May was doing well. I didn't know he was doing that well.
They're a good team. It's almost, I mean, I don't know if I'm quite ready to be back to the Patriots are just good all the time or whatever, but it is it's something I can't deny right now.
We have some breaking news. Cooper DeJean just got his first regular season interception.
It's the boy. Former walk-on guest, Cooper DeJean, that is. In case anyone was confused.
Friend of the show. Had him on before anybody.
Dear friend. I do
love to hear that out of Coop. Riley Moss got targeted again by the officials today. So
yeah, and it's a crime, frankly. It's they don't want to see him succeed out there.
Broncos defense though, nasty.
They're solid, even with guys out. No Pat Surtain today. No Alex Singleton. That was great. Did you guys see what happened to Alex Singleton? He had a random drug test from the NFL, and then they were like, "There's something really off with I think it was his testosterone levels or something like that," and they were like, other things can indicate that, and it was because they discovered he had testicular cancer. So he scheduled surgery after the Thursday night game we had against the Raiders last week.
There's a guy that just found out he had testicular cancer.
One of the linebackers for the Denver Broncos, yes.
Holy
so then
shit.
he was sat out today because he was like, I got to get rid of that. But he's supposed to come back and play soon. So we'll have him for the playoffs. Or
that's wild.
After
That's
Thanksgiving,
wild
probably. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I guess not. I guess it kind of makes sense, but interesting that testicular cancer would increase testosterone.
It could easily not be testosterone. It could be something was off in the levels. Or something in his chemistry was off. I have no clue.
Well,
Not a doctor.
Do you guys have anything else that we could talk about other than
you noticeably have less facial hair right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I did it on Thursday, so there is a 5:00 shadow coming in. But for the viewers, can I get a like and a subscribe for the baby face? Still have it.
Yeah, Kevin, would we consider this cheating that he?
No,
that now he needs to show up with he has some hair on his face.
It was just a one-time thing. All you had to do is shave his face one time. I think
I sent the picture to our text chat. I could show that. That was fresh. Yeah.
You got to bring up a side by side with Chris Doyle on that because that is.
I should just.
That is.
I'm wearing. You can't really see it in the glare. I look a lot like Chris in that picture. Nice chin, somebody says. Yeah, I got the butt chin. I got the cleft chin. Call me.
Is it hard to shave around that?
Call me Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Been watching a lot of that lately with Ken Diesel. Loves Beauty and the Beast. It is not as easy to shave with it, especially when I don't know if people remember me telling the story when Kinley got born. The day before, I passed out into the tub in the morning.
Good.
Let me find it, and I have a huge scar.
Yeah, that is it. Yep.
And so that's hard to shave over too.
Well, when was the last time you were clean shaved like this?
I believe it was college. Yeah. Okay. 2018. No one lifts like Gaston. True.
That's what they're saying. Was it no one lifts like Gaston? No one. Dun, dun, dun,
come on, Grant. Yeah, you know it. Dude, in the song he sings in the pub in the middle of that movie, he talks about how he eats 4 dozen eggs a day. I'm like, this is my kind of guy.
4 dozen's a lot. Expensive. What is Gaston doing for a living where he can afford that diet?
He just runs that little village out there. It's unbelievable.
4 dozen eggs in this economy, Gaston? Yeah. Really?
In this
OG Chad.
Oh yeah, big time.
See,
talks about his biceps. He's lifting weight. I mean, it's incredible.
It's Disney. secretly responsible for all that with Gaston.
Could be.
Maybe.
Man, what? 11 minutes in, we haven't talked about it yet.
We can go to the bets, I guess.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the
Then that
weekend's
can
bets.
tangent us off to other things in college football, I suppose.
For those wondering if we're going to do a hard recap tonight, we are kind of making fun of it right now as we get into the front side of this podcast. We all saw the game.
Yeah, Iowa men's basketball beat Xavier by 20 points Friday night. A statement win to start off the
Statement win covered, and Iowa women's basketball beat UNI by 33 today.
I'll take it.
Yeah, both undefeated teams.
Grant, you had an interesting poll.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say is like you
recently?
could swap 3 of the 4 losses for wins.
Okay.
But then what was it? And then
here. So I'll pull up the winners after this. So it was, to quote, just hypothetically, you can reverse the results of 3 of the 4 losses from right now. So one of them you still have to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're not that generous. But in return, Iowa men's and women's basketball finished dead last in the Big Ten for the next 2 years.
For the next 2 years?
2.
This season and then the next season, they're finished dead last.
I read it as just this season. Wow.
So you can have that is not so the non-con, they still technically can win those games. So like Iowa State, Xavier could technically win those.
They just lose all the Big Ten games.
No, they just come in last.
I guess they could win one Big Ten game.
I don't know if it really makes a difference at that point. If you last place, Kev is probably going to win 1 or 2 Big Ten games. Like it's going to be that bad.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of teams in the Big Ten now. I voted for the swap the 3 out of the 4 losses. I'm of Iowa sports. 95% of my fandom is in the football team. So I
voted for. I think I voted for the swap the 3 as well. But when I think about it, this season's building a lot of character for these guys. A lot of character building going on.
How much? Do you want character or 9-1 with like 2 top 10 wins?
Yeah, probably that.
Probably that. Like, would you rather sit around at 6-4 and be like, "Hey, the character on this team, though, guys,
is fantastic.
I'll tell you,
but
the fuel on the fire,
freaking playoffs, man. We're gonna host a playoff game.
I will tell you, the fuel on the fire for next year. It's gonna be great. There's going to be a lot.
I mean, you could have
hosted a playoff game.
If you played the cards right and you're swapping 3 of the 4, I mean, it's not what I would do personally, but you would have like, this team's clearly going to go to the Big Ten championship.
Which is crazy that nowadays you're like, we don't really want to go to the Big Ten championship. We just like to be the next best team in the conference.
So that's the way you do it? You swap all the conference games? Grant?
I'm beating Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably just going to do Indiana and Oregon because I think it's more fun to win at home. And then, like, in terms of if I'm also building a resume, I think the committee would be like, okay, you lost to USC after, in this hypothetical situation, you beat Oregon at home the week before somehow.
I'm probably taking.
I think that's what I would do.
I'm probably taking the 1 loss still as Indiana.
I think I'm there with you because the committee looks back at it as like, okay, you lost your quarterback in the second half.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
it's the number 2 team in the country.
5th game of the year. Like
if I'm reversing the results, it's probably Mark just never gets hurt in that game to begin with.
True. Yeah. I mean, if we're just playing hypotheticals, I'd like Mark to play a full 60.
Like it's all hypothetical here. You can also just have he's healthy if you want. You don't have to hurt him in your hypothetical, Kevin, if you don't want to.
But in this hypothetical,
if you want him to be hurt, you can. But me personally, guy like me, no.
I would never.
You're looking after his health.
Guy like me. Hey, my hypothetical, we beat Iowa State. Addison Ostrega, he's great in health. He's doing just fine.
Yeah, facts. Which, by the way, I think that maybe underrated injury in. Probably looking back after this season, which to be fair, we are like really, really healthy, which is another factor that you would think would play into our favor in these games. We've been extremely healthy the last 3 weeks.
Though, if you want to talk about the tight end position, Vaname has really come on strong.
Yeah, and I still don't know how to pronounce his name.
Was it Vanami?
I believe it's Von Nami. I believe it's
Nami?
Von Nami.
Okay.
But he's elite. Like he is elite.
6'4", 240.
And did you see him run down the sideline? Dude can move.
Yeah, he's gonna be a dude.
I actually think he shocked the linebacker that was chasing after him. Like, oh shit, he's fast.
I have to run.
Yeah. Yeah. Ken Palm 18, Grant.
Auburn, maybe?
That seemed quick. I feel confident in that one.
I think Auburn was 22 in the poll. They look good too.
Now what's tough is how often
it.
there's basketball games like every day. How often does Ken Palm update?
I think every day.
Oh, that's impossible then to keep up with.
The point is not to keep up with it. It's a guess.
I suppose. Now,
I only have so much time to memorize 364 teams numbers, or whatever. 3 online starters out on the fourth injured.
I missed this completely watching the game, and I'll be honest, it's because I watched the fourth quarter at it's Lauren's birthday this week, so we went to a birthday dinner for her, and we were watching the game on the bar TV of the restaurant that we were at. So I didn't have any audio or anything. I did not know that we had 3 offensive line. Stevens, Dunker, and Pieper were all out in the fourth quarter.
For this low, I think I want to say Dunker returned at one point. I could be wrong.
Pretty sure Dunker returned.
Did I make that up?
I mean, even with 2, that's pretty significant. We just lost both of our guards.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly affected the.
That might explain a little bit.
I mean, losing the strength of your entire team. Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was. So that explains a little bit for anyone who was maybe also in the dark on why we couldn't maybe move the ball on a run defense that's not very good numbers wise in the second half, but in the fourth quarter, that obviously has something to do with it. We're down to 60% of our starting lineup. Nonetheless, not an excuse. And I also want to put out there, because this is one of maybe the biggest questions that we got, the most tagged we were in stuff this past weekend was, like, can we talk about the refs? And I've already seen multiple comments in here. We've got, who is worse, the officials or the announcers? Refs were god awful. There's a few others up here. I get it, guys. And I know we even got several comments. I think it was a Patreon question in the Discord that said, hey, what does coach say to a team after a game like this where it's clear the refs played a major role? Nothing.
Hardly addresses it at all, if at all. You might say, hey, we didn't get a couple calls to go our way.
That's football.
That's football.
That's football. And hold on, wait a second.
Loser teams blame the refs, right?
Yep. There's no excuses. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
KF 316. That's football. How about that? You can get that right now.
I don't think that's going to sell at all, because I think fans hate that.
I think because they hate it, they'll buy it. It's like a joke.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why we got Dylan Raiola to model on this picture, but KF 316. That's football. You can also buy Kirk's Dogs, some walk-on merch in there. Oh, that's almost football.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to have a talk with the aircraft people for the whoever switched the logo to Chiefs Cyclones colors on one of the shirts is gonna be hearing from me. That's all.
It'll be fine.
All the other ones look great though. Yeah, go support. Got to show the boosters. There's a support from for the program. All right, we got to show them. So
we need some Numby data. Yeah, there's just so for anybody looking for answers about the refs, if you want us to get on here and this be a fuck the refs kind of show, it's just not going to be. Were there some really bad calls? Absolutely.
It's just a tough way to go about, like, in terms of, like, if you're setting up the program too, it's like, how are we going to get better? And your only stance of it is
we're
like,
going to rely on the refs.
We're going to get better calls.
Officiating. It's going to go nowhere.
Yeah. Hey, 2026. How are we gonna win these close games? Well, first, we're gonna hope that we get the other side of the coin in the reffing situation. I understand. I get it.
I'm gonna slip the head referee a 10 spot before the game. Hope that covers it.
I'm gonna hire a guy. I'm gonna hire the officials, hookers in their hotel room the night before. Okay.
And look, I get it's hypocritical. I'm the same guy who tweeted out the photo of the foot or whatever. And by the way, the USC fans found it and were not happy about it. And I totally get, like, okay, argue with me, whatever. And they're forgetting I do have the First Amendment right to complain. I'm allowed to do that. But I'm also not saying it's going to change it because look, here's the reality too. And I was very worried about this going into that drive. I was like, well, if we're going off the history of this season, there's a good chance we score on this drive. And then they even if we get that call right, USC might have just gone down and kicked the game-winning field goal right in my face because we couldn't stop them the whole.
You're right.
Half.
We were in that exact same.
What are you referring to?
This is the Wetjins sideline incomplete complete pass.
Last offensive play for Iowa in the game.
Yeah. I think I'm okay with that call, honestly. Yeah. It did look like his toe was on the line from a couple of different viewpoints.
I think whatever they call on the field there gets upheld.
Gets upheld, yeah.
And you're right, Grant. I had the same thought. Iowa gets that.
Yeah, I mean, they upheld. Iowa gets that catch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 2.5 minutes on the clock.
There's less than 2 minutes. That was the play that
I think it was like 1:47 or something.
We did do a better job of milking a little clock on that drive.
He catches that. Do you think Mark just takes a knee? Just burn one drive. Hey, we just need 40 seconds off the clock. We just gotta get it down.
We only need.
I don't think he takes a knee, but we're definitely running 4 plays in a row.
Yeah, effectively, yeah, we're gonna run him up the middle on a QB power.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a chance. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, here we go again. We're gonna go score and leave 2 minutes on the clock and let the best receiver in college football. I mean, that kid is unbelievable.
He's a phenomenal player.
And I'm talking about Lemon. Not to mention Jacoby Lane, who's damn near the same skill level. They're on the same team. I don't know what. A couple times our guys were so on them. I was like, I don't know what to say there. I don't know. Good defense. Sorry.
Like in terms of officiating can be frustrating, but in terms of losing sleep, I didn't lose any sleep over the officiating part. I am gonna be sleepless for months over the shin bounce interception.
Unbelievable.
Oh
that's way more frustrating to me than any officiating call that's ever been made.
I said
also just so weird. Like, how does it hit you in the shin?
And bounce perfectly to their guy. We're in the car at this point.
As a receiver, how do you ever let the ball hit you in the shin?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
FIFA.
Well, I think we're in the car at this point, or maybe I don't know where we saw this play in our night of going to dinner or whatever. I'm just like, fuck, motherfucker, and I never say that. I'm never outwardly And Lauren's like, what? You just keep saying, what happened? I'm like, just look at it. She's like, oh, that's not good. I'm like, no, that's not good. That never happens.
No, that 99 times out of 100, that ball, if it gets deflected or dropped, goes straight into the dirt, right? Not a perfect 90-degree reverse angle back to the defensive line who's just standing there.
And again, excuses, right? Make a better throw, make a better catch, do something. That drive, if we go and score on that drive, they scored immediately, or they turned around and scored on that drive, on that interception. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a completely different ball game, and there's so many of those. And I don't have answers. I do think at this point, 4 games of it happening, there is something to
still fucking unlucky, man.
This team just doesn't. And I don't know if you. I don't know if you.
Go ahead.
I hate to, and I know I hate to say this, and I don't even believe that if they somehow were able to turn back time and replay these games starting again, I don't think that this team is just bound and destined to lose these 4 games the way that they've lost these 4 games. I don't think it's some fate thing, but there is, after a couple, it becomes a trend. It's a little bit of something's going on here. This team hasn't found ways to put it away.
There's that, and there's straight up unlucky. That bounce happening the way it is. That's just straight up unlucky.
Absolutely.
The bounce from the tip from the Iowa State game that turned into a 30-yard.
You're right.
To set them up for the game winning field. That's just fucking unlucky. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. The other games, it was just a lack of execution, right? That's why we couldn't finish them out. And there's lack of execution in this game too. There was throws there that could have been made that we missed a few to extend some drives and maybe get some points on the board. I thought we had its opportunity to get 3 points at the end of the half. We didn't burn a timeout. Don't know why, but we're on midfield with 18 seconds left. and we got 3 timeouts in our pocket. We don't burn one. Like, could have easily gotten 3 more plays off there. We rushed to the line. I think we get a holding penalty, and that's the end of that. So, there's stuff to clean up there. It's not just straight unlucky, right? There's ways we could have easily won this game. Defensively, there's too many penalties, right? You've gone up against good dudes, but the
penalties, man.
Penalties crushed us, right? They extended several drives for them.
That's probably the first place you point in this game. I went and looked at it. Iowa, even after this game, will stay in first place in the country as the least penalized team. This game, going into this game, we had 20 penalties in 9 games. That's 2.2 a game. We had 6. It was exactly flipped for USC. They averaged 6 point something a game, and they had 3.
Yeah.
That right there, along with a weird bounce, is like, and I understand everyone's at home thinking, how the fuck is this happening to us? How do we go to USC, have that kind of first half, and then the penalties exactly flip on our season, and then we get this weird interception? I don't know. I think the guys on this team are going to be 40 years old with children, and they're going to come back for their reunions and their legacy events in Iowa City, and they're going to look at each other and go, how the fuck could we not win any of those games? They are still going to be looking for answers 20 years from now. I don't know.
I mean, to me, the obvious thing is all 4 of our losses, we lose the turnover battle. That's been a staple statistic for the Iowa football program.
Yeah.
For at least 15 years, if not more, of turnover margin.
Yeah.
If we're good on turnovers, we win a lot of games. If we're on the wrong side of it, we have a tough time pulling them out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we lose penalties.
Which we never do.
Special teams, anything. I mean, punt unit just had a couple plus 50s, nothing crazy. I don't think special teams really had much effect on this game.
There weren't a ton of punts from either side, to be honest.
No, there weren't. But yeah, we didn't win turnovers. We didn't win penalties. And then in the second half, couldn't extend drives, couldn't convert on third down. And like I said, there was opportunities. We had guys open who just couldn't make it happen.
I think I saw a stat today like Oklahoma has 4 wins inside the top 15 or something as far as like ranked wins goes. And I just thought like, yeah, good team. Like and I understand we're not in that conversation anymore. This is kind of far out, but because you've got 4 losses and a total of 15 points, you've lost 4 games by 3.75 points average. And everyone's been right there. We've been leading or tied in the fourth quarter of every ball game.
Yeah.
You play the game of, man, what if they all just flipped? What if it was a season where everything went our way? And
then the basketball team, tough one for them.
Tough one for the basketball team. Yeah,
if that happens, but
but then you look at a team like Oregon who has 4 close wins, hard-fought, gritty wins against, a bunch of SEC opponents and others. And you're just like, the good teams find a way.
Yeah.
They find a way somehow. And I think about that team. This is a real harsh comparison. I'm gonna caveat this. I promise anyone listening. But that 2015 team, who I don't believe played a regular season opponent that was our toughest regular season opponent, probably would have been like the 4th or 5th toughest for this season. I understand that.
You're talking about 2015?
Yeah. But we found ways to win games. In the Minnesota and Indiana games that year, we had to score a shitload of points because our defense and the opposing offense could also score. We also won a game against Wisconsin 10-6. Our defense got it done. We
beat Northwestern with like 1 starter on our offensive line healthy.
And we were on our 4th running back.
Yeah.
We played 2 games against Purdue in Nebraska at the end of the year in weather that was brutal, and just found ways to win in bad conditions. Like, we just found ways. Not saying that 2015 team had the same opponents that we did this year, but like The record's the record, and it's tough. I mean, you're staring down the barrel of 8-4 as your best possibility. I think we'll likely be favored in the next 2 games. Yep. Definitely against Michigan State at home. I don't know what the line at Nebraska will be, and inevitably
15 this week, something like that.
Yeah. So it's tough. Let's talk about a sponsor or two here, so we don't skip them.
Quick thing though, as we're talking about penalties. Did we ever figure out what the fuck happened at the end of the game?
Oh, the sideline.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on who? I don't know.
Iowa assistant coach. That's all I know. I've been scouring Twitter. Nobody seems to have come up with any information.
There's no rat. No one's going to say who it was.
I mean,
no reporter wanted to ask or anything like that. I can't find anything.
I guess not. Maybe they'll ask on Tuesday. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they didn't show it at all. They just like, oh yeah, that's a penalty on Iowa.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
it's like, okay, game's over. Like, because did anyone have a camera on anything in the freaking building? Like, come on.
Other than Lincoln Riley running around and jumping into his assistant coach's arms like a little girl, they just won the Super Bowl. I don't know what. It was very odd the amount that they celebrated their win. It felt like they were.
I mean, I don't blame them. They're still in the hunt for a playoff, so they need to win. So, right? I
suppose
it was a tough game and they came back. So I don't blame them for celebrating a win. That's just
at least we weren't the worst comeback.
You're allowed to celebrate wins. That's 100% allowed.
Was not the worst comeback of the weekend. No.
My goodness.
That was crazy what happened down in.
I mean, you want to talk about on your deathbed trying to figure out how you lost a football game. These South Carolina guys are going to be.
It's just crazy. The first half you win 31-3.
30.
The second half you lose 28-0. Like how? Or 30-3, then 28-0. Yeah.
I think the boosters at College Station were a little nervous there in the first half after signing Elko to an extension.
Right before that.
30 minutes before the game.
Literally, the 2 tweets that I see.
It's 30-3 at halftime.
I'm perusing Twitter, and I see 2 tweets in a row that say Texas A&M and Mike Elko finalizing deal to make him a coach so many years, blah, blah, blah. Next tweet, Texas A&M down 30-3 at halftime. I'm like, ugh. Well, hope they like that where they spent their money. Yeah, man, I don't know. I do know one thing.
Okay.
Undeniable. Gray's Chicken Lips.
Yep.
If you're looking for a way this week, there's a little bit of a hole in your heart because of what the Hawks have had to go through this year on the football field, and you're looking for a way to maybe just feel better, just eat your feelings away. We've got a couple places that you could do that. Gray's Gourmet to Go, those chicken lips and that ranch, maybe some of that sourdough pizza. It'll get you feeling right. It's not going to change the Hawks record, but it might change how you view your dining experience in and around the Coralville, Iowa City area. Big Grove Brewery on this season as well. We've loved having them on. Just a dominant location here in the Des Moines area. They take up quite the footprint down there in the downtown Des Moines. Beautiful spot. Got to do a show from there earlier this year. Easy Eddie Citrus Surfer, official watch party location of the Hawks. You're going to have one more of those opportunities when the Hawks travel to Lincoln. If you can't make it to Nebraska, you can watch the game from probably not the patio. I suppose it's going to be probably pretty cold, but you could watch inside.
Yeah, you could develop some character. Say no. I'd like to sit outside. Actually, I don't care if it's negative 15.
We're hopefully we're 7-5 at this point. We're going for an 8th win. I'd like to be a part of this. I feel like I'm a part of this game. I want to experience same weather that they are in the stadium. Yeah, you could
7-4.
7-4 at that point. Yeah. Shout out to the Swarm supporting us all season long, and we as Hawk fans, if you can, around this giving season, should support the Swarm as well. Look at what the Iowa women's and men's basketball teams are doing. Some fun stuff, man.
Maybe we can go get one of those lemon receivers out there. You know, one of those dudes like.
I don't know where you find that guy, but the ease at which he catches the ball. I mean, we were contesting these things. God, he had like 10 for 150.
Dude, he's a dude.
I saw he had himself. He was responsible for 7 USC first downs.
Sounds about right.
Yikes. And then Hamburg, and they're with us through, I believe, next week. Actually, we had him here with us through the home stretch of, it was like 5 out of 7 games there. And so through next weekend, the Hamburg Inn, you can get delicious pancakes. There was like, somebody commented, you're like, you missed an opportunity. You know, we were talking about the pancakes being heavy in your stomach, Kev. Just sitting there because they're so big, fluffy. They're like, you guys missed an opportunity with Hamburg. You could have had the Hamburg Inn block of the game. Just like the block of pancakes that'll be sitting in your stomach after you just go nuts inside the Hamburg Inn number 2 in Iowa City. But it always feels better with a little shake on it. Like you get a little bit of that pie shake on top of the pancakes, and you're like, life's good. So other great food as well. Don't have to have breakfast there. They've got a whole lot on their menu, and they've been great partners this season. Anywhere we'd like to go from here? I mean, we're going to preview the other games, maybe talk about the season as a whole. We have 2 games left. We've played 10.
We can get into that later. Let's bring up our the bets. Chat about what's going on around the country.
Man, Kevin Ward.
Yeah, 2-2 week. Not ideal, but we'll take it, I guess. Definitely felt like a ND Pitt over should have cashed. ND had like a 4th and 1 on like the half-yard line, and they choose some gay little sprint out play instead of just running with their massive running back. And then there's like 3 other opportunities for Pitt to score. I think what's the final score, and that was like 52. I need like another 4 points or something like that. So no go there. Bama loses, so don't cover there. Didn't really get to watch much of that game, so I don't know what happened there. Texas, Georgia under hit because Texas couldn't score any points.
Yeah.
Georgia looking really good, pulling on late. And then Iowa plus 6.5. Kind of rage bet this one after the ND Pitt did not go over, and well, it cashed. So.
Personal vendetta game.
Yeah.
Personal statement game.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to feel something. So 2-2, not horrible.
Slow day over here at the
No one cares. No one's watching
production department.
the audio, the silence in the audio version gets cut anyway, so it'll sound like we just continued talking. So Friday night started poorly. Minnesota's dog shit. I should have known. I did flip a coin on this one, so I can't say that this is, I did no excuses, but I flipped a coin and picked Minnesota. I was thinking that Oregon would run them out of the building, but I decided to go with that. Pitt plus 11.5. That was purely out of like, oh, what if we could just get all this chaos to happen? Like Notre Dame could lose, and so I lose that one. I don't even know how JMU did. I'm gonna guess
they won, but a lot. Okay, that covered in about 10 seconds. That game was over instantly.
Wow,
JMU gonna win the Fun Belt?
I think JMU should be in the playoff. I'm gonna say this right now. I don't get why I think their issue is that they have a loss to Louisville, which is like if they beat Louisville, I think they'd be the easy favorite right now. But like they're going up against USF was the win at Florida, and like I can't remember like a North Texas right now. It's got some fun ones. But like I think JMU's just as good as them, and like I don't know. I think there's going to be a real predicament if they go 11-1 or 12-1, I guess, and win the Sun Belt of like telling them no at some point. Like I don't know if they're able to do that, but
there's some people out there right now, Grant, that are saying it is absolutely ridiculous that we give a G5 an auto bid.
I like it, the auto bid, and also if we have 12 teams, like again,
I'm perfectly okay with it.
I'm fine with it because again, I don't genuinely believe 12 teams can win the national championship. So if we have 12, just make one of them a fun G5 team. Why not?
I agree.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who is it? Is it going between JMU and Navy for that group of 5 spot?
Navy is definitely back in the mix now. I will see. Navy could easily be the highest ranked. It's just whoever's the American Conference champion. Navy
They
might.
went.
It usually is, yeah.
They went and scored a ton of points this weekend.
Yeah, over
Navy.
USF. Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
kind of a crazy game.
That was a
Like
playoff game.
He scored like 85 combined points or something.
41-38 final.
So it's probably it's just is the committee of the courage to rank JMU right now is the real question.
Do they have the cojones?
Do they have the courage? That's what it will come down to. Do they have?
I fully expect after losing to USC that we'll drop one more spot back to 22 this week.
That'd be hilarious. I would love that. They just we're impressed out there.
Best 4-loss team in the country. We're turning into Nebraska this year. It's really sad.
Don't say that. How could you? 4-4, 500 weekend. Where we had a great read on the Oregon game. Kyle Whittington once again was just doing the thing out there. Future Denver Bronco, Kyle Whittington, that is. For the Oregon Ducks, had a great performance against Minnesota. Then there was the Pitt Panthers, who in their big moment to prove to the committee, to prove to America that they are playoff worthy and could potentially send Notre Dame home, they did not even show up. And I did not realize when I picked them that Pat Narduzzi in his press conference said that this was not a must-win game.
Wild comments.
Wild comments.
So
not only that, he's like, I don't care if we lose by 100. Basically.
He said we can lose 110-10. I don't care about this. I was like, what the fuck is this guy saying? I
did not see that quote until Thursday morning, and I
get what he's saying. He's like, if we don't win this game, all of our team's goals are still in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
but maybe say that instead of, no, this isn't a must-win game. We could lose this game by 100 points.
Then they went and tried to.
Yeah, seriously. So wild comment out of him.
That was like I just counted that as a loser Thursday morning. Couldn't even get to Friday without a loser, but we did. But that's just that's how it goes. Arizona outright win over Cincinnati, pretty huge. I feel like that was an underrated. I don't know if people talking about that right now.
Ruined a big old parlay I had this weekend, a money line parlay. It was sad.
Sorry, but not sorry in many ways as well. Duke, disgusting performance, terrible. All the fun that could have been happening with Duke, and it was probably a lot to ask.
Does anyone want to win in the ACC or no?
No.
I think
what's going on?
They're trying to not have somebody represented in the playoff.
I did see there's a 7. This is not ACC, but there's a 7-way tie for the Big 12 championship scenario.
Wow, that would be incredible.
It's potentially loading. Fresno State fighting Brian Ferentz's huge dominant win over Wyoming. Late at night on Saturday, if you caught it. Bama just didn't get off the mat. Didn't show up. Bama, too, this was their chance to,
Did you watch that game at all, Grant?
I had it on on my secondary TV. So, obviously, it was during the Iowa game, so I was mostly focused there. But I would consider myself I watched 75% of it.
Just couldn't get any run game going. It's
couldn't get anything going. It was kind of like turnovers, weird stuff there. There was a strip sack on Ty Simpson. That wasn't great. Offensive line looked out of sorts a little bit. They were just it's weird where the Saban teams consistently were the most physical team out there, regardless. And then sometimes they'll look like that for one game against Georgia, and then they'll show up to this game and they do the opposite. I don't know. And Oklahoma, I don't really have a great read on. I think they're closer to the 15th best team in the country than they are the first best team in the country. But then they should go in on the road and beat Bama. It's hard to argue with. So I don't really know much about him.
One of the underrated things about Saban is that he probably did a great job of keeping his teams grounded, even though sometimes they're clearly the best team in the country.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just keeping them grounded and keeping them we know he got some recruiting help from some boosters before that was allowed to be done. All right. The entire SEC did it. All right. But I do think that he is a great coach, and the fact Bama's still good, but they're not Saban good since he stepped down is kind of a testament to how good he was. So
I was going to say, Kev, I would agree with you that what made Bama scary was that they had all those athletes, but then Saban had a bit of Kirk Ferentz discipline-esque to him in an SEC way, where he would still get those guys to play really hard, lock in. They were pretty good at fundamentals. They weren't just, they were a good, solid outfit.
I mean, yeah, he ran like a tight ship. I remember they did a special on him. It was no wearing your hats in the building, no earrings. Everyone's very buttoned up type outfit.
Racist, by the way. So hey, you guys went 500. That'll do. That'll keep your head up, you're at least trying to breathe. 56, 53, and 1.
I'll give some credit to the UConn Huskies though as well. Not enough people talking about how UConn is 8-3 right now.
And they have a Heisman contender.
How many more people need to talk about it?
At least 2, maybe. That was what I was saying this as well too. Is our country, are we as like a nation aware? Do we need to like pass out some informational brochures out that the Carolina Panthers are 6-5 right now?
Crazy. They dropped some dead weight when they let Josie Jewell go, so that probably was
finally got rid of that fucking linebacker and just right off a rocket ship.
They're actually it's crazy that they were so bad last year.
They've been so bad for many years.
Who did they play today?
I don't know.
They beat the Falcons in overtime.
They did.
We are doing a merch store. As you see us on the side, you can see the main event. We have some merchandise going on. Some of the OG Hawks by a Million stuff. We had some fun stuff here. Again, that KF 316, that's football. Kirk's Dogs merch available. A simple, small walk-on design. Almost football and a few hats. By popular request, just this simple gray walk-on stocking hat. Did very well the last time.
Clean.
And
I like it.
People wanted it back, so we threw it on the inventory. This stuff is available up through November 23rd.
Then what happens?
Then the store closes and the items will never be seen again.
Oh.
The ship date will be by at least December 12th. So if you are buying this for yourself as a gift or for somebody else, a Hawk fan in your life, you will have it before Christmas. And that is our goal. Ever since the first year when we had a massive snafu with the holiday merch, we've been pretty solid since we shifted companies. So shout out to AdCraft, not a sponsor. They have been before. Shout out to AdCraft for being the absolute goats. And you can scan that QR code to go right now. And if you have your Patreon subscription, go find that coupon code that I sent to your inbox, and you can get a pretty hefty amount off depending on what level tier you are.
Now, is that the like on November 23rd? Did they just take all the inventory out back and like light it on fire?
Well, there is no inventory. It's made to order.
Oh, okay.
So they take the web, they take the URL and they light that on fire.
Yeah.
I would like to see some Ugandans and Somalians walking around some Hawks by a Million gear. That if like we just had extra inventory we had to get rid of, and they just donate over there.
I don't know if that's going to be the best PR look of like a Somali pirate attack, and they're just wearing like Hawks by a Million shirts. Might be.
Yeah, the next.
I don't know if that's our best look.
Captain Sully's ship, or I guess that was
Captain Phillips. It's a
same guy though.
It's a different Tom Hanks movie, but
same guy.
Also Nathan Fielder. But
they just climb the ladder. You just see them. They've got Kirk's Dogs on their chest.
It seems like a bad PR move, but
we get a call from KF's agent like, "Hey, we've got some
Hey guys, what the fuck?
This podcast thing's out of hand."
Kirk's Dogs is
Kirk's Dogs hijacking ships in this. Oh man,
this guy's wearing a KF 316 shirt. And what's going on? I ain't got nothing.
We just got to end it there, man.
Getting any read on the suspect? Yeah, he was wearing a Hawks by a Million with an almost football hoodie.
Kenyon had a tiger hawk on his chest. Said Kirk's Dogs. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else. We will continue to be here. We're not going anywhere. This isn't the Carolina Panthers Meow Mix podcast.
Who threatened to come back, by the way. They were, and then like I think the players on the Panthers team were like
no.
Be like, you need to throw away your podcast equipment.
Yeah. We're not them.
Mm-hmm.
We will not quit on this team. As I know many of you have in the comments. Well, this season's over, but no. And we could go on and on about all the things of the good that comes out of going through adversity like this for the guys on the inside. I know none of you care about that because it's not any good that you're going to feel. But there's a lot of life lessons about getting off the mat, not quitting, all that stuff that's still going on the inside. And they're the Hawks, man. Why would you stop supporting them? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stay here. We'll be here till the end. We will see you. I'll see you on Wednesday with iColt. That could be a fun one. And then we'll preview the Michigan State game. Hope to God we beat the Spartans. If we might beat Meow Mix if we don't beat Michigan State at home. Just saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us.